to the beach yesterday. I have my lashes off. I hope you guys are doing well. I want to talk about these pagan holidays, okay? And Passover, okay? Now, when we think of holidays as we know it, you guys, we think of Christmas, we think of Easter, we think of Halloween. These are all pagan, okay? I'm also hearing Bulgarian calendar. Okay, what happened was um everything was reversed. Okay, so I'm gonna Google Easter, right? Now, before my father died, um, it was interesting because I used to celebrate all of these holidays, you guys, Christmas, Easter, Halloween, um, until about 2 years ago. Um, well, Christmas I did celebrate this year, but it wasn't the same. Okay. Um, I will no longer celebrate in any of these holidays. Okay. My father didn't celebrate none of these holidays. Um, because he knew that these were false holidays. Okay. They were pagan holidays. Okay. Now, I'm looking up Easter, right? Now, the original meaning of Easter or the original meaning of the celebration of Easter itself, you guys have to start educating yourself on a lot of things out here, okay? Because our whole calendar system is off of a Bulgarian calendar. Okay, I will Google Bulgarian calendar, okay? Now, Easter actually originated as a ancient pagan celebration of the spring equinox. Okay. In Christianity, the day was decided to observe the resurrection of Jesus Christ. Okay. Je- Yeshua was not called Jesus Christ. Okay. The celebration around the time of the Jewish Passover. Okay. You guys, this is all a lie. A lie. We have been lied to for so long, and the lies need to stop. Okay. Um, the religious holiday of Easter celebrates the resurrection of Jesus Christ as described in the Bible New Testament. Okay. Um, the real name of Jesus, because Jesus means Zeus in Greek mythology. The real name of Jesus is Yeshua. Yeshua. Okay. What is the pagan origin of Easter? And it's interesting, and I'm gonna explain why. The eighth in the 18th century, England, okay, England, the month of April was called Easter month or Easter month after the goddess of Easter. Okay, he wrote that a pagan festival of spring in the name of the goddess had become um, into the Christian celebration of the resurrection of Christ. So Easter was named after a goddess, okay, the goddess of spring. That is what Easter was named after, okay. Now, what's so interesting um, is Easter purely a pagan festival? Yes, it is. And I'm going to explain why. Okay. Now, what is the meaning of Easter in Hebrew? Okay. The holiday is commonly known as Easter in spite of differences derived from the Jewish festival the Torah calls Pesach, okay, also known as Passover, okay, a 8-day long celebration of ancient Israelites liberated from the Egyptian bondage and their subsequences exodus. Now, Passover, I want to get in depth about Passover real quick. Okay, the Jewish festival, the Torah called Pesha, also known as Passover. Okay, it's 8 days long celebration. Okay, now we got to ask ourselves, who are the ancient Israelites? Okay, the ancient Israelites, okay, were liberated from Egypt bondage. Okay, but the real Israelites, the ancient Israelites today as we know it, are not the Jews that we see in Israel. Okay. Um the real Israelites, okay, I just had a conversation with friends from Egypt, okay, about the same topic. Okay. And I got different insights. But what I feel, what I feel and what I believe is the true ancient Israelites, okay, are it's not Sudan, it's the top of Egypt. Hello, how are you doing? So the real Israelites are dark skinned. Okay, the real Israelites are from, oh, what is that place called? It's in Upper Egypt. Okay, there's different parts of Egypt. Okay, I've been around a whole bunch of Egyptians, you guys. I have Egyptian friends. I have Coptic friends. I'm a member of a Coptic church. Okay, the real Egyptians and Egyptians in Egypt know this as a fact. Okay, we were just discussing this topic today. Okay, the real Egyptians are I can't remember. Hold on. It's not Sudan. I'm going to have to look at the Egyptian map to show you real Egyptians. The actual pyramids that people go visit in Egypt are not the oldest pyramids, okay? The oldest pyramids are up upper, okay? Upper, okay? I'm hearing South Egypt. Okay, so I'm gonna Google it. South Egypt. Now I had this discussion before because people get this confused. Okay, these people are actually darker. Okay, these are the Israelites. Okay, also the true Israelites are spread throughout Africa. Okay, the true Israelites. Okay, now I'm saying this wrong, you guys. Hold on. Now I was talking to my friends and I was saying Sudan, but they were like, "No, it's not Sudan. It's I'm going to tell you the name exactly. I have the map right here. Okay, you have Lower Egypt and you have Upper Egypt, right? So it wouldn't be Lower Egypt; it would be Upper Egypt. Okay, so it would be Sudan, and there's another part, and I can't remember right now. Okay, they are the true Israelites, and the Israelites have spread throughout Africa. okay? Um, because this is how the Nubians, the Nubian people. Thank you, ancestors, the Nubian. Okay, so I'm going to show you the map of Egypt. I have Egyptian friends, you guys. Okay, like I said, I'm a member of a Coptic Egyptian church. Coptic just means Egyptian. Okay, that's all it means. Egyptian Orthodox. Okay, like you have Jewish Orthodox, you have Russian or Orthodox, you have Roman Orthodox. Um, you have different Orthodox, okay? But Coptic just means Egyptian, okay? Now I want to show you a map. Okay, here's a map. Now you have Lower Egypt, you have Middle Egypt, you have Upper Egypt, and you have Nubia. Okay, the Nubia people. Sorry, religion is not my thing. No, religion is a title, Rochelle Bishop. Religion is a title. Okay, let me tell you something. Religion is, thanks for being live. Religion is just a title. Okay, spirituality is what's real. Okay, when um Yeshua talked about Yeshua, when he talked about the church, he was talking, and a lot of these texts came from Egyptian texts. Okay, what he was talking about was everybody, you, me, everybody. We're all the temple. Okay, we all are the church. Okay, we are the church. Everybody individually is the church. Okay, this is why people get religion very confused. Okay, because there was no religion. Okay, religion is um man-made. Religion is man-made. Okay, religion is man-made. Okay, spirituality is real. Religion is man-made. Like we have all these different religions out here. We have Catholic, we have Pentecostal, we have Methodist, we have Mormon, we have Lutheran, we have Scientology. These are all man-made religions. You guys hold on, do not leave. I'll be right back in a minute. Okay, you guys, I'm back. Sorry, my daughter, my teenager. All right, let's talk about religion. Okay, religion is man-made. Spirituality is real. Okay, people are getting this confused out here. Okay, um, when I think of the Egyptians, the true of Egyptians, you gotta understand, Egypt was ruled by many places. Egypt was ruled by Greeks. Egypt was ruled by Syria. Egypt was ruled by the Roman, the Greeks. So the Egyptians that we see today are not the true Egyptians. Okay, the Nubian, Nubia, they are the true descendants of Egypt, and they're spread out through Africa. Okay, but what's so interesting is the temples um, that people go and visit in Egypt. They are not the oldest temples. Okay, This is why they can't find Cleopatra. Okay. This is why. Okay. They have a place in Egypt. It's called the Valley of the Dead. Okay. The Valley of the Dead. The Valley of the Dead is where the pharaohs were buried. Okay. Now, the Egyptians understood the mummification of the body itself. Okay. They understood the spiritual realms. Okay. They understood the spiritual realms and also the spiritual realms were the dimensions. They understood this. Okay. Yes, they understood this knowledge. Right. So when I have this conversation, yes, the people in Egypt are considered Egyptian because they live there, right? Just like the Jews, okay? The Jews in Israel are not the true Israelites, okay? This is why, oh my goodness, you guys, I can get deep in this topic, real deep, okay? Um, when Yeshua, okay? Because if you look up the word Jesus, let's look up the word Jesus, okay? The whole Bible was man-made, okay? The whole Bible was man-made. Okay, it was man-made, and the reason why I'm saying this, Jesus' name in Greek. Okay, now in Greek, he had a totally different name. He went by many different names, you guys. Okay, a Jesus, if you look at it, is a masculine given name derived from Louis. Okay, is an ancient Greek form of the Hebrew in the Aramaic name of Yeshua or Yeshua. Okay. Now, when I go to the Coptic church, the Coptic Orthodox church, okay, they do not call him Jesus. Okay. They don't call him Jesus. Okay. Um, and they speak in English for English speaking people. They speak in Aramaic, and Arabic. Okay. And they read from they don't read from front to back, they read from back to front. Okay, like over there in China, the Vietnamese, the Japanese, they read back to front. It's reverse. Okay, yes, reverse. um but um it's crazy how we look at these pagan holidays. Okay, because I'm a psychic. I'm a root worker. Okay, and in Spanish they used to call my grandma um a witch, and she was a healer. She was what they would call shamans today, and they were murdered. You guys, they were murdered because they knew how to use herbs. So they weren't out here telling people that they were healers, that they were shamans or this or this or that, because they were actually murdered. They were murdered for the knowledge that they knew, because they were calling it was devil. They were calling it was from the devil, but it wasn't. It was something that they were taught. Okay, it wasn't paganism. Okay, paganism is different from root workers. Okay, so we let's look up the definition of paganism. Okay, because paganism is totally different from, and this is what a lot of these young kids out here are very confused. Okay, they need to wake up. Okay, paganism is a term first used in the 4th century by early Christians for people in the Roman Empire. Okay, who practice um aesthetic religions. man-made religions, basically. They made it up, okay? To serve their gods, okay? Their gods. See, you guys gotta understand, even in Native American um culture, everybody had different gods, right? But I'm starting to realize that all these gods were really one God, okay? Yes, one God, okay? One Yeshua, okay? It was only one, okay? But they called him by many names, okay? If you look in Greek mythology, if you look in oh, there's so many mythologies out here, you guys. They all have different gods, and they're all these. Even the African um Eurishas, okay, they're all had the same. How can I say it? They all did the same thing, but their titles were different. Okay, my native tribe, um, they had their gods too. Okay, so and even in my mother's side, they're Yoruba. Okay, they had their own gods too. This is what I'm trying to tell you. But they all of them did had the same purpose. Okay, the same purpose, but they were called by many different names. Okay, but I just want to touch about the pagan beliefs because the pagan religion follows the female divine principle. Okay, identify as a goddess besides or in place of a male divine principle as expressed in the Arabic God. Okay. Now I remember when, like I said, my father was alive. Um, he always used to say to me, he never celebrated Christmas. He never celebrated Halloween. He never celebrated Easter. He didn't celebrate none of these pagan holidays. Okay. None of them. Because they were all fake. They were all false. Okay. So we're out here teaching our children this false doctrine, okay? Because we see everybody else doing it, so we feel like we have to do it, okay? This Christmas I actually celebrated it, and I was like, why am I even celebrating Christmas? Because I had the tree up and everything, and I didn't buy nobody no gifts. Okay, I didn't buy nobody no gifts. Okay, I did for my grandson, but I also explained to my grandson the truth because these children need to hear the truth out here. Our children, our grandchildren, and my children already knew the truth. I already told them the truth. Okay, and I told my grandchildren the truth. Okay, they need to hear the truth out here. Okay, because there's a lot of lies out here. Okay, not just lies. It's I feel like people don't really know the truth, and everybody's searching for the truth. And when you find the truth, you sound crazy. Okay, but you're not crazy. Okay, you're just learn. You're more. How can I say it? Um, you see differently. Okay, you see a lot differently. Okay, you see the truth. You don't. You don't see the lies. Okay. Um, the oldest religion, if you really look at it, and there's not religion. That's the problem. There's no such thing as religion. None, no such thing as religion. Okay, none. There's none. All these churches, Catholic, Lutheran, Mormon, all these, they're all man-made. Somebody was a founder that said, okay, we're gonna make this church a Mormon church. Oh, we're gonna make this church a Lutheran church. or we're going to make this church a Catholic church, or we're going to make this church a Scientology church. Okay. Religion is bullshit. Okay. It's spirituality is what's real. Okay. Now, I want to talk about something. One of the oldest, if you want to call it religion, okay, um, that I have came across, because I've been to many different churches, Baptist, Pentecostal, all that. I basically studied theology, but not in the sense of education, but by going to these churches, because I was on my spiritual journey. And what I learned through all these churches is everything is spirituality. It's not religion. Okay. Religion is just a title. It's all spirituality. And once you understand that, then you can walk on your spiritual path. Okay. Once you take the religion out of the equation and you just focus on the spirituality, okay, and your spiritual walk and your spiritual growth and your spiritual learning, then you understand spirituality and you understand that religion is just a title. Okay. It's not even real. Okay. It's not real. But the oldest religion, there is no really oldest religion. Because if you look at it from the biblical sense, they added and they subtracted. And we have to ask yourself, why would they add and why would they subtract? Okay. If it's the truth, you never add and you never subtract. It's just the truth. When you're lying, you want to hide something, that's when you add and then that's when you subtract. Okay. So I learned that a long time ago. Okay. You're not supposed to add or you're not supposed to add something to it. You know how somebody lies and they gotta add extra onto the damn lie? Okay. They're lying. Okay. There's no truth to it. When you speak the truth, you just speak the truth. Okay. You don't add nothing to the lie or you don't take nothing from the lie. Okay. All right. Um Now we're gonna look up pagan, okay? A person holding religious beliefs other than those of the main or recognized religions. Okay. So basically pagan is not, it would be the unorthodox of religion itself. Okay. Paganism is a term first used in the 4th century by early Christians for people in the Roman Empire who practiced polytheism or ethnic religions other than Judaism. Okay. You guys, I can be on here for hours about this subject, this topic. Um, but what I understand is there is a higher um Christ conscience, Christ conscience. Um it's in us. It's around us, okay? It's very real, okay? And it's very spiritual, okay? And see, when people go to church and they search for their spirituality, a lot of times you don't find it in the church. You still want to, you still question. When I was going to all these churches, I was still questioning, and I realized it's not, I'm not going to find this in the church, okay? I'm going to find this in my spirituality. It was already there. It just had to be activated. Okay. That's, and it's not an easy journey. Um, because when you go on a spiritual journey in life, um, and you learn about spirituality and you learn about yourself, um, it's not easy. because you have to be isolated. You guys, I was isolated for almost 3 years. Self isolation. Yeah. Self isolation, meditation, prayer. I mean, I did it all. Okay. The only thing I really didn't get into was yoga. I did some yoga, but I wasn't like these people out here doing yoga every day. Okay. Um, I meditated. I fast. I fast. Yes, I do. I fast. Um, Solitude is when I actually really heard my inner voice. Is when I was in that solitude. Okay. You can actually listen to your inner voice. Okay. All right. Um, but I just wanted to talk about that, you guys. The reason why is because a lot of people are celebrating these pagan beliefs and don't even know that these are pagan beliefs. Okay. Now, pagans believe that, I'm going to read this. Pagans believe that nature is sacred and that the natural circle of birth, growth, and death observed in the world around us carries profound spiritual meaning, which that is true. Okay, that is true. And the reason why I say this is true is because nature is sacred. Okay, Mama God, Mother Nature, Mother Earth, Earth Mother is very sacred. Okay, and that the natural cycles of birth, growth, and death observed in the world around us carry profound spiritual meaning, which it does. It does carry profound spiritual meaning. Okay. Human beings are seen as a part of nature. We're all energy. Okay. Everything, every single thing is energy. Everything. Okay. Along with others, animals, trees, stone, plants, everything else that is of this earth. Everything is energy. Everything. Every single thing. The ground you walk on. Okay. The sun, the trees, the wind, the birds, the bees, everything. Okay, is electric how I say that um is energy. um is electromagnetic. Okay. um but just because um people have, you know, people also think paganism and witchcrafts are making a comeback. This is what a lot of people, a lot of younger generations, I feel, are getting is so freaking confused. Not just confused, a lot of the younger generation um, is asking questions, but they're asking the questions, but the questions are not being answered the right way. Okay. A lot of people say paganism is witchcraft. Okay. Um, I wouldn't say that, but a lot of people that are dabbling in witchcraft, hoodoo, voodoo, they really don't know what they're doing, and they really, it's like a new trend. Okay, it's a new trend, and I feel like a lot of um people that are doing this don't are not aware of what they're really doing. Okay, I said this before. I did a read on the Salem. Well, I talked about the Salem witch trial in Boston, Massachusetts. And what was so interesting was there were white women and there was one woman that was mulatto. Okay. and they were root workers. Okay, they were healers, shamans. Okay, they could heal people, but they were murdered because people seen them as witches. Okay, but they weren't witches. They were root workers. They were healers. Okay, they knew how to. They knew plants. They understood the use of plants. Now I see white. It was white women and she looked mulatto, like probably my complexion. She was mixed. Okay. She was murdered. Well, no, she got away. The white women were murdered. I don't know how she got away, and the other white women were murdered, but she got away. Okay. But it's interesting because we have a new culture that doesn't understand. Even when they read tarot, they don't understand tarot. The tarot decks, they don't understand. Okay. This is why you have to be careful that you know what you're doing, because a lot of people that don't know what they're doing, um, are they really hearing from their ancestors? You got to make sure you're hearing from your ancestors. You got to make sure you're hearing from your angels, that you're not hearing from the lower beings. Okay. All right. But this is my video on these pagan holidays, you guys. I don't celebrate them. My ancestors, they did rituals, they did ceremonies, um, but they don't celebrate these holidays, you guys. I laugh, okay? Like Thanksgiving, um, Black Friday. Black Friday is when the slaves were like half off. The slaves. People out here shopping on Black Friday. Black Friday is when the slaves were half off. Slaves, people that were sold into slavery. Black Friday, they would get the slaves half off. So, say a slave costs $400 or $1,000. No, we'll say a slave costs um $500. A human, these were humans. You could get the slave for half off. That's Black Friday. You guys need to be aware and awoke out here, okay? Because a lot of people are not aware and awoke, and these children want to know the truth, okay? And we need to tell them the truth, okay? Don't lie to them. Tell them the truth, and whatever they want to do with their life going forward, let them do it. But tell them the truth because they need to hear the truth, okay? So, like I said, I tell my children the truth, just like my father and my mother told me the truth, and I tell my grandchildren the truth. Whatever they do after that, that's on them. Okay, but I tell them the truth because this generation, these kids coming in, these crystal children, these not just crystal children, oh, we got these crystal children that are coming in now, but the children before it, um I forget what they call them. But the children that are coming in now, the babies that are being born now, they're crystal children. Okay. Um, I said, I told my one friend, I'm like, I have a grandchild that's on its way, and I had a dream about my grandchild. My son didn't tell me, but I already know. So I called him and told him. Even told him when the baby was going to be born, what the baby was going to be. Okay. This baby will be definitely a crystal child. Okay. Crystal children are children that come in with a lot of knowledge. Okay, a lot of knowledge. Okay, that's what a crystal child is. They come in with the inner knowing and the inner knowledge. They're old souls. Okay, they come back in, right? That's what crystal children are, and I'm gonna Google it. Um, but there's a lot of crystal children out here. I call them crystal children. And there's they say there's 16 rare traits of the crystal children, but Christian crystal children are said to be born without a belief in lack, which leads them to be naturally fearless children. Okay, we have crystal children, we have indigo children, we have rainbow children. I mean, we have it all. Okay, but the ones that are coming in now, they are crystal children. Okay. Um, I'm surprised they're not coming in walking and talking. Like coming in this world just walking and talking. Like literally right out the womb. Okay. Um Crystal children, they say that the gateway to a person's soul is through their eyes. Um And that is the exact feeling that you will have when you lock and gaze eyes with crystal children. Sometimes referred to as seeds or light worker, crystal children are said to be the second wave of humans who have been born with the purpose of changing the world. Okay, following indigo children and coming before rainbow children. Okay, so what makes the generation so unique? What are these people here to do? How do you know if you have how do you know if you have a crystal child in your own life? Okay. Um Unlike indigo children who came before the crystal children in the 1980s and 1990s, the new wave of humanity, okay, um is said to begin in the late 1990s through the first decade of the 200s. Indigo children were first identified, okay, um, and unique, and also indigo children, okay. They have a life aura. Crystal children are the next. They're the ones that are coming in. The crystal children, okay. We have the indigo children. We have the rainbow children. But the ones that are coming in are definitely crystal children. I call them because they're fearless, their imagination, they have a psychic abilities that are real heightened. They already know. Okay. Um, I know this topic was on Pagan, but I wanted to talk about this. My cousin has a son, and I have a grandbaby that's coming in, and this grandbaby will be a crystal, a psychic child. Okay. Um, and I remember my cousin's son. Okay, we call him Legend, right? He said something to me, just like my grandchildren. Okay, and you ever hear that saying that somebody with an old soul, right? That's somebody that reincarnates back in. Okay, but this is different. Okay, I had a crystal on my desk, and he said to me, "Can I hold that crystal?" Right? And I said to myself, I'm thinking in my head, how does he know this is a crystal? He's only 4 years old. Okay, 4 years old. He just turned four and he knew it was a crystal. So I said to my cousin, well, I already knew my cousin didn't have no crystals. Okay. So I said to her, I said, "Do you have crystals? Because I never knew if you have crystals." Okay. She said no. And I told her what Legend said, and she was like, "I know he says things all the time that has me like, questioning." And I said, "He's a crystal child." Okay. He has a connection to nature. He has a forgiveness about him. Um, it's the knowing they have. Okay. This is the new wave of this. the new wave of children, also the new wave of um, oh, the new way of I say Earth itself. Um, Now the mission of the Crystal Children is to unite, and they are here to bring people together through love, um, expression, through the arts, communication. Crystal Children see others as equals, regardless of their differences, and they have a rare ability to see beyond the surface to the depths of the person's feelings. They can actually feel the person's feelings. Okay, they can walk in the room and feel you ever notice how a child can feel how you're feeling? They already know if mommy, daddy's sad, they just know that, okay? There are some that also believe that the crystals are here to work on raising the vibration. And I really believe they are, okay? Also, to raise the vibration of the planet through the energy grids on Earth. Okay, the grids are also served as a way for these children to communicate and unite with others like them around the world. So all these waves of people, the indigo children, the crystal children, all of them have this ability. All of them. Okay. Um, and they have the ability to understand lying and manipulation. Okay. When you have a child and say, knowing that you lied to your child, and the child says, "Oh, mommy, why are you lying?" They already know. Okay. They know. Because they will see your intentions. They know. Okay. Um, but these children are very unique. Um, they're very sensitive. Um, the thing about these indigo children, these crystal children, um, what's interesting is a lot of them will struggle and have challenges in life. Um, and that is because of their psychic abilities. Okay. Because they can feel everything around them. So they will have anxiety, they will have panic attacks, um, they will have some kind of mental health issues. Okay. They will struggle with fear, um, dependency on parents or caregivers, and they will be also sensitive to foods. Okay. Foods, chemicals, and medicines. Okay. So the best thing to do is speak your truth to these children and your grandchildren, okay? Um, because we have so many children that are coming in with these traits, um, and most of them are indigo, crystal, and rainbow children, okay? And there's many more, okay? I'm not gonna sit here and name them all because there's so many. There's more than just these three: indigo, crystal, and rainbow. There's more out here, okay? But these children spent many lifetimes um, reincarnating, and some come down that are not reincarnated, but most of them come back in as reincarnated, okay? Also, I noticed a lot of rainbow children are autistic, okay? Autistic. They have some form of autism, okay? All right, you guys, I'm going to end this live. I know I was talking about um holidays are pagan holidays. And I will always say that, and I will continue saying that because they are. And I had to do this before I go to bed tonight. Okay, you guys? I am sending you guys nothing but love and light. Love and light, my beautiful souls. I want to talk about the number 7. I keep seeing the number 7, and I feel like the number 7 is very important. There's a major shift here, you guys. And number 7 is very important, and I'm going to tell you why. Um, the way our ancestors communicate with us, and I keep saying this, and I will repeated it repeatedly keep saying this, is through numbers. Okay, numbers and letters. But the letters also mean numbers, and the numbers also mean letters. Okay, if this makes sense. Okay. Um, but the number 7, okay, is very important, and I will do a video on the number 7 and why it's so important. All right, you guys. This is Jennifer Felix. Once again, I am sending you guys love and light, my beautiful souls.